This week, The Fiends watched
Jeepers Creepers Reborn. This new installment in the Jeepers Creepers franchise is not directed by a child. This time around, we follow a beautifully dumb couple as they head to the middle of nowhere to attend a super popular horror convention, or festival, or haunted attraction, only to be met by the Creeper, a local urban legend with very cheap prosthetics for a face who wreaks havoc on the festival and for some reason wants to be a father. This is Jeepers Creepers Reborn. So, Michael, what did you think of this film?
Jeepers Creepers Reborn. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this is one of the worst movies of all time in any genre. I think this movie was a giant pile of pig, dog, and horseshit all combined. This is a slap in the face to anybody who even likes the first two. What did you think of Jeepers Creepers Reborn?
Okay, you seem to really hate it. I definitely didn't really hate it. I actually kind of liked the build up to the final house. The first 45 minutes, I was like, okay, I love cheap B, bad B horror movies. So I was on board for the first, 45 minutes. It's low budget. Obviously, you knew that coming in. So I didn't hate it as much as him. But when the movie ended, I did say, wow, why? Like, why are you doing this? If you're not gonna make some sort of giant change or throwback and bring back the same characters from the first one, anything, why are you doing this? So yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I didn't like it. It was just kind of like a bad B movie. So that's what I'm gonna say about Jeepers Creepers 2, 3, 4, 5?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They just show the Creeper like 10 minutes in, kind of being reborn or whatever every 23 years. I didn't like that scene.
I hated that scene.
Yeah, why are you showing him so early, man?
Showing him so early,
Yeah.
and also he looked awful.
The makeup was so bad. It was just really bad makeup.
Different
I'm sorry.
actor, not the same actor who was in the first 3.
Okay.
And he is a little bit more towering, a little bit more like, oh, that's a kind of, this is like a skinny, like, this is like if
Yeah,
one of
this
you
is
and
like
I,
one of us just dressing up and be absolutely no question.
and I'm
Yeah.
going, oh, yeah, there's nothing menacing. Like, I don't
No.
want to, when I want to see the creature in its true form?
Yeah.
At the end. Expose it later. Like, I know we've
Sure.
seen it in other films, but I'm going, ooh, this scene sucks. And he eats the pile
Yeah.
of worms to
Yeah.
get something. Like, I thought he had to eat human parts to fucking get back into reality, back into the swing of things. So it was just awful. And you're right, it's in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing they do in this is it's not giving away spoilers, but in the original, he has to eat whatever body part that he needs to regain the strength or whatever. In the original, he loses a leg. He eats some guy's leg to gain it back, right? Wants Justin Long's eye. So that's the lore of the Creeper. In this one, he just like kind of attaches. He loses an arm and just attaches it back to himself. So they didn't even understand who the Creeper was in the first place. Like, he didn't eat the guy's arm. He just ripped it off and put it back on him. I'm like, who's making this movie? Obviously not a child predator. But I guess the child predator knew way more about the lore that he created. So, yeah, man, I was just very disappointed with this film. But I do have to say, though, I did like the quaint vibe of it. And I like the two main couple that had a dynamic. He's going to propose, okay, she's pregnant. There's conflict going on in there. The writers, actually wrote the two main characters as real people. So I appreciated that. When there's no internal conflict, Mikey, I don't get off. I need internal conflict to get off. I need it. If they're just all a happy couple, then it's like, who gives a shit? But no. And then you don't know who's in on it, who's not. When they go to this horror convention, what the fuck, dude?
I hated when he said, this is like the Coachella of cosplay. And I go,
Yeah.
Is it though? I go, first of all, there's 25 people here.
Yeah,
it's low budget.
It's a haunted hayride. It's like
haunted hayride.
They go to a fucking haunted attraction. I'm like, make it a haunted attraction. Don't say you're going to like this big convention.
Yeah.
It was weird for that to even be in there, but I do love Halloween and I love the low budget kind of quaint vibe of it. So I did the first 45 I was in it. I was like, all right, cool, man. And then it just plateaued, but I did like the main guy, the main African-American kid. I did like him. I would have sucked him,
Well,
I would have sucked him right off.
What else is new? Yeah,
Nothing.
he was okay. I mean, him and the girl, I kind of felt the same way about both of them. Like, they're not bad actors, but it's what they're given, right?
The girl was a bad actress to me, but that's fine.
Yeah, she's really British, so
she's a bad actress.
Sometimes they can't pull off the American vibe and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't feel like they had zero chemistry. Also, so
yeah,
I was like, oh, this isn't real. This is a fucking stage play.
They had a little bit of chemistry though when they were trying the things on in this, and that was a little bit of chemistry. It was fine. I feel like they did have chemistry.
I have
actually,
so many problems with that scene too.
So this is a quickie, guys. We're just giving you our general spoiler-free thoughts in this video. You can click the link in the description for the full podcast episode that we will be diving into spoilers. But we wanted to give you a quick little how do you do about the film and about what we thought of it. So that's what we did. And I do think people cared. I do think they tried. I really do. I think they tried. I don't think this was like a quick cash grab. Like, I don't know. I felt like, oh yeah, they wanted to tell a story. They took the time to write this thing, but they never explained any of the ending to me, right? And even the title of Reborn, and like they don't explain any of that. But I had fun with it in a B-movie, stupid, straight to iTunes, on demand, Netflix kind of way. I recommend it in that sense.
I completely disagree with everything that this man just said. I don't recommend it. I think it does suck. I think it does a waste of time. And I think there's not one area in which they excelled in this entire movie. I think it all sucks.
I think it has better characters than any of the other sequels. I think the two main characters are actually people and the other ones aren't. So that's why I think they did excel in that sense.
Maybe.
They tried to do a little thing in the opening.
Yeah, I respected that.
I really did respect that
because I knew what they were doing. So did you.
Okay, I didn't know what they were doing. I was confused as to what was going on. Because in the beginning, if you saw the movie, you know what happens. It's a couple driving on a road. Basically, the beginning of the original Jeepers Creepers is what we're seeing, kind of. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? Wait, hold on. It's an older couple. What are they doing? Trying to throw a reference to the original? Lo and behold, no. Actually, our two main characters are watching an episode of quote-unquote unsolved mysteries, right? About this true story that happened of a couple who saw some guy dump a body on the highway, which the original Jeepers Creepers was based on. So I did like that. It did get me. I said, oh, this is an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. So it did suck me right in with that opening.
That was the best part of the film for me. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But I knew something was up. I go, wait a second. This is going to be a movie or a TV show, like within it. Because the creeper, that you can barely see him.
He had human hands.
100%.
Oh, I saw him with human hands.
Yeah,
so I go,
that's just a guy.
That's why I was confused. I was so
shocked. And then when they
shocked.
showed him changing the license plate, I go, oh, it's just a guy. I go, oh, this is going to be a movie within the movie. And the next thing you know, it zooms out.
Okay.
This guy's obsessed with it. That's the only part that I will give credit to.
Okay.
But they do, Mikey, we're going to talk about it in our extended episode. They do a cinema sin, as you can call it.
Don't ever, what?
Well, whatever you want to call it. For what
they did something wrong?
No. Well, did you see what they did with that couple later in the film?
Guys, you're going to have to stick around. Click on the link in the podcast to know what the fuck that means. We're going to round out. Mikey, who goes first for the score?
You do.
I do. I'm going to go first for the score. I'm going to give this movie, I'm going to give it a 5 flat. I'm going to say it was halfway there for what they had no money for what they were trying to do. I'm going to give it a flat 5. What about you?
I'm going to cut that flat 5 in half and give it a 2.5.
That's cutting it. Cut it right in half, dude.
I think it's garbage.
Wow, man, that's crazy. And this guy liked Tiny Cinema last week.
Oh my God,
holy
Tiny Cinema.
Shit.
Okay, Tiny Cinema is so much better than this movie.
What?
It's not even close.
Oh, you're nuts. You're nuts.
Is The Munsters better than this movie? I'll give The Munsters yes.
No.
See, I would give it a yeah.
See, I enjoyed this way more than The Munsters.
Oh,
I enjoyed this. See, but again, I like the hatchets, right? Like the low budget, cheesy shit. I like those kind of movies,
Don't put that in the same fucking boat as any of that.
It's the same. The budgets were the same. It's like, it's the same fucking
those
thing.
Are better movies.
It's a nice little quaint thing. You're not even a hatchet guy. Don't worry about it, dude. You like it, but you didn't. You just like it.
I love the first one.
You really. We're gonna round out because it's going too long anyway.
Yeah.
This is a quickie. We never tried it, but we just said fuck it. We'll show you guys our ugly mugs for a little bit and then go on the podcast. So that's it. Thanks for
creeping
by the watch one more time.
As always,
we're gonna be back next time while we're beating you or be eating you.
Sure.